broadcast. All right, welcome everybody, and thanks for joining. Today we're going to talk about business planning. So, business planning, 2022 business plan. I'm using the Tom Ferry business plan template. I find Tom Ferry to be pretty well recognized in the business. He's a contemporary speaker. He's well connected with a lot of real estate teams across the country. His coaches are also very experienced in the country too. They gather a lot of ideas and share them among the team leaders. And I think he makes for a very good coach. I like his approach. It's pretty modern. It blends phone calls. It blends online social media, and it makes logical sense. I've coached with him in the past, and I have not rejoined him as coaching yet, but I would consider him at each different stage. So if you are currently not being coached with any coach or team leader, you might want to take a look into it. But if finances are an issue, maybe hook up with a team leader or find yourself a mastermind group that you would like to work with to bounce ideas off of so that you can iron sharpens iron. It's very difficult in this business to go solo, 100% solo, because you don't know what you don't know. And you don't know who to talk to find out or get the answers to the questions that you need yesterday. Okay, so time is of the essence, and your clients need to trust you, and you got to be quick. If you don't know the answer, that's okay, but you got to be able to get the answers quickly and accurately too. Okay, so why is business planning important? It's important because we need to know what we're going to be doing in the year ahead. We got to figure out what's worked well and what hasn't worked well. And we got to figure out why we want to do what we want to do. I mean, do you really want to sell real estate? Oh, yeah. So I had a conversation with Charles. He was like saying, well, this one gentleman was cold calling for 6 months. 6 months? Is that right, Charles? 6 months?
Yeah, since August. It was actually a lady.
Okay, so cold calling for 6 months and didn't get any deals. So there got to be questions like, okay, are you cold calling correctly? Who are you calling? What's your approach? What's your script? And maybe ultimately you're just not really good at it, and you just need someone to script practice or to bounce off ideas with. So anyways, I did put a link in the chat box and on the email, and it says to go ahead and download a copy of the 2022 business plan from Tom Ferry. And we're going to try to do this in an hour, and 1 hour is pretty fast because this is a lot of deep thinking that's needed here. And if you run out of time, we will run out of time. So, but if we can hang on longer, if you like, but if you don't have enough time, you'll need to do the exercise, continue the exercise on your own. Okay. So if you haven't done so already, look in the chat box or look in the email and download a copy of the Tom Ferry business plan, print it out, because I want you to actually write your stuff in here. Okay. If you don't write it in there, you could probably save a copy to your desktop and fill in the fillable PDF, and then hopefully then print it out or save it, because it may not save the blanks might not fill in. Okay. All right. So let's get started, because time's moving. All right. We're on the first page. Okay. The first page. Oh yeah. I'm sharing screen. Okay. Let's make it happen in 2022. The realization of your plan is worth more than any single transaction. Refuse to let your business interfere with your plan. I think don't refuse to let your busyness interfere with your plan. Trust the process. Okay. All right. So first section, 2022 business plan, commitment. What are you interested in? What are you committed in? What are you obsessed with? You're about to lay out your plan for 2022, your bridge to your future. But a plan without a will to execute is only words on a page. So write a message to yourself and your coach stating how seriously you are committed to implementing this plan and being held accountable to it. Accountable, that's the tough word. A lot of times you're like, oh, I don't want people pushing me. I don't want people to know what I'm trying to do. I don't want people to know that I'm going to miss my goal. But write it down. Okay. This part, you're going to write it down and you're going to let your coach know. You can let me know, or you can let your wife know. You can put it out on social media and let the world know. It's up to you. Okay. How much accountability do you want? With one coaching company, they said, okay, can we hold you accountable to $1,000? So they'll take your credit card, and if at the end of 1 month, did you do this? Did you do this? Okay, if you didn't, well, run your credit card. Maybe your accountability is you're gonna go run 5 miles because you didn't do it. Find out what your pain is, and maybe that's what you got to do. At the end of the day, do you got to answer to your spouse? Did you do your work? You got to answer to your kids. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't do it because we don't have the money. What is your commitment? Write it down. Don't look at me. Just do it. And each person's commitment is going to be different. Okay. My commitment is to, and has been, and it's still my goal. Okay. So my goal that I'm working on is to have a team and help 10 agents sell 10 houses per year. Okay. I've come short this past year, but that doesn't mean I'm a failure. It just means that I got more work to do. Okay. So I'm committed to helping 10 agents sell 10 houses per year. And at the same time, I'm still in production. Okay. Accountability. What additional accountability do you need to ensure your success? Okay. Are you telling your spouse? Are you telling your team leader? Are you telling your real estate coach? So my team members, please at the end, fill it in and send me a copy of your business plan. I'd like to see it. It's going to be private between me and you. So you don't worry about it being shared with other people. And the third box, what is your why? What motivates you? A powerful why comes out of a clear understanding of self. Do not write what should motivate you. Acknowledge the truth about what drives you. Okay. Go a little bit deeper. Go a little bit deeper than what you think you should write down. Some people say, oh, my why is my family. Okay. Why your family? I want to take my family on a family trip every year because when I was growing up, I didn't have that opportunity. What is your why? I want to spend more time with my kids and not have to worry about the money because dad was never there. What is your why? Okay. What is your why? I want to earn $100,000 this year so that I can start my retirement so I don't have to work until I'm 80 years old or until I die. I want to help retire my parents. What is your why? So is anybody here willing to share what your why is?
I'll share.
Okay.
So good morning, everybody. I'm Patricia, and I wanted to just share, I've been in real estate for over 15 years. I was a former escrow officer, and I decided to get into the sales side of it because I wanted to have that freedom to earn more income, help more people. And I also wanted to, focusing more granular on my why is because I wanted to stop the cyclical, financial strains that I feel like we've had as a child growing up. I wanted to have more of that financial freedom for myself, for my family, and also, just living in California, it's so expensive. And I wanted to be able to help out, like I said, my family and leave something behind for my daughter when I'm gone. So that's my why.
Good. I like it.
Mhm.
And everybody's why is going to be different. Anybody else want to share too?
Yeah, I'll share. Just to piggyback off what Patricia said, which I totally agree with. Part of my why is trying to instill in my daughter, I have a 5-year-old, to go after what you want. And how can I instill that in her if I don't do it myself? And as well as like what Patricia said, spending more time with her, obviously working, but, spending more time with her and just inspiring her that if you want something, it's possible.
Excellent. Okay. All right. I know it's going to be pretty quick because we're going to go through the different pages. All right. So let's keep moving. So vision. A vision statement is clear, detailed description of your business is in the future, say 3 to 5 years from now. It clarifies the long-term goal. It should be specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time-bound. Unlike your mission, it is usually not meant to be publicized. And then your mission statement articulates the purpose of your business and the means of reaching it. It should be a simple sentence or a phrase. It should be a simple sentence or phrase. A public needs to see it as you need to focus on it. Okay, that's good. And the values, values shape your identity and guide decision-making. Instead of single words, write a brief sentence. Tom's deliver value, embrace innovation, build and maintain trust, execute relentless discipline, strive for greatness, and share your values with the public. Personally, my mission is to help families to build long-term generational wealth through real estate. The values, the pineapple in my logo, you can see right there, it is actually from the South. Okay, so the pineapple was a gift that people brought to when they visited other homes, and it was a symbol of luxury, symbol of hospitality, and friendship. And that was the reason why I had it. And I feel that in my business, when we meet with clients, we should bring that to our business. Am I bringing the best value to my client? Am I being hospitable to them? Am I bringing luxury to them? Luxury does not mean, am I bringing them a Louis Vuitton bag? Am I taking care of their needs before they ask? Am I being a concierge to them? Okay. Am I bringing the knowledge that they need to have in order to do the deal well? Okay. That all is in the pineapple. Am I going above and beyond what their expectations are? Okay. Vision, kind of stated out on the previous page for me was the helping 10 agents sell 10 homes a year. Why is that important? Because I think every agent needs a start, and I'm part of me is willing to give a hand up. And my sponsor, Tom Trong, his goal is to help 100 people in their business. Okay, that was his commitment to his mom when his mom passed. So because they're an immigrant family, and that's one of his goals. So I'm piggybacking off of that and reaching that. So anybody want to share your mission? Even if you're on my team, it doesn't mean that you have to have the same mission, but I hope that your mission takes what I have to offer as a team, and then you build upon it. Okay. Anybody want to share something?
I don't have it completely written out yet, but I live in Downey and I wanted to, my mission is in my head right now is to focus on helping the small businesses in my community by promoting them. I was going to do this last year and then I never executed my plan, but I wanted to engage with my community more. We have a cleanup that, of community volunteers that show up every Saturday at different locations just to pick up trash around the community for an hour. So my mission is to get more involved with my community and be of service to them. This way I'm giving back to my community, which is something that, I like to do, helping other people. And also I feel like the community will get to know me better as well as a person, not just a realtor. So I've lived here for about 6.5 years, so I don't really know a lot of people. But I do know that just being here for that short time in Downey, I do see that there's, it's very family oriented. Like I said, a lot of small businesses, and I know that they've all been struggling during the pandemic. So that's my mission, is to get more involved with the community and see how I can serve them better.
Okay. Audra, can you tell me a little bit about North ARIA? What is ARIA?
Hi guys. ARIA is a nonprofit organization, and they have about over 40 chapters from East Coast to West Coast, and I believe 2 now in Canada. We have over 17,000 agents, all very supportive. We want to educate realtors. We want to help bring value to agents. We have classes. Last year was a lot of Zoom. We have a great platform. We're all very supportive of each other. And just to piggyback off what Patricia said about the businesses, I think that's a great idea. One of my, I used to go into like my nail shop or my dry cleaners and do videos and post it on my social media and just interview them. I wasn't really great on camera, I didn't think, but it was so much fun after a while, and I need to get back into doing that. So that's one of my goals, one of my many goals of my business. And I just joined EXP back in November, so I'm learning so much about this company, and I'm so impressed. But I've been in real estate for over 17 years. Oops, sorry. I've been in real estate for over 17 years. What's funny, guys? I have to have a time on my computer that tells me every 30 minutes because I need to get up and stretch or something. I can't sit in, during the pandemic, everybody was so tied to their computers that I needed to get up and kind of move around and then come back. But no, that's a great idea. And I'm in Sherman Oaks, so I would love to connect with is Patricia, the one in Downey. I have cousins there, so I'd be more than happy to help you in any way I can.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
And we can do everything on our phone. We don't need anything special. All these smartphones now are so capable of doing high quality and posting it right then and there. So it's great. And what I've also learned is there's so many platforms for social media, but concentrate on one and master it. And then, things will kind of piggyback off that. I learned that this week too. It's really cool.
Good. All right.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say about the video, Garrick, that, sometimes we get so critical with ourselves on the video, and that's why I feel like I just let fear, conquer me last year.
Sure.
But, it's better to post a video with glitches because it shows that it's authentic and real, other than trying to get a perfect video, because you may spend a whole week trying to edit it and then you just give up and never post anything.
Absolutely. There's that comment about your imperfect video.
Finger kept getting into the camera.
Am I it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what's getting in the camera?
What's that?
Yeah, Patricia, your imperfect video is 100 times better than Johnny's non-posted video.
Then no video, right? So the video I posted this morning on my social media, I noticed my finger was kind of kept, I was like finger bombing the video. It kept the corner of my index finger kept getting into the video, but I just said, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to post it.
Yep. One of the guys, I think Kyle Whistle, he posted a video and it was sideways. And it was probably one of his most viral videos. So he posted it was sideways. And like, I think everybody commented and put in the comment section, it's sideways. I can't see it. Like, but they still watched it. And when the thing is, when you create that engagement, it will continue. So he didn't fix it. He just left it sideways. So you have to, tilt your head sideways on your laptop or your phone. Anyways, that's a different class. We're going to do social media later. But we're going to move on ahead. The reason I called on Audra is because I also am a member of ARIA, and I appreciate Patricia's comment about serving her community. One of the new mentees that I'm bringing into our group, she wants to serve her community as well. And maybe you need to find that community. Maybe, people of your heritage you want to help so that they can find home ownership. And in our case, Asian Real Estate Association is our common support, and we use that as a means of networking to help AAPI find home ownership. That's one avenue. Okay, all business should be tracking your data, right? You should know what you're doing in your business. Some of you are new agents, and that's okay. And you should figure out where you want your business to come from. If you don't have a past client, then make all your business come from your sphere. A sphere is the people that you connect with on a daily basis, your friends, your family, your church members, the people the girl that you see at the salon, your car mechanic, your dentist, your doctor, people in the Girl Scout crew, the classroom moms, whatever the people that are in your connection, those are your sphere. The referrals from your sphere. So maybe, Johnny's mom has a friend that's looking to go buy a house, and that's something you can help. That would be a referral from your sphere. I've been a member of ARIA for probably 6-7 years. And I receive referrals from friends in other cities that are moving to my area. So in a sense, that is a sphere referral because we've become friends. We're no longer just simply associates, but we're friends. That comes with time, and you got to build that over time, right? So that's why we travel. We get to know each other. We eat dinner late at night. Charles, if I've got something for Charles, I send it to Charles, and vice versa. Oh, that's agent referrals. Okay, that's the next line. Agent referrals. So I've also had another one where an agent referral would be a colleague in my local market, but they say, I can't speak the language. If you can work with this seller and you close the deal, then just send me a referral. And a referral could be 25-30%. Maybe it's somebody that's just doesn't want to drive from San Leandro to San Jose, because even though it's only 20 miles, it's an hour drive. And you can send that to say, I can't afford to drive an hour each way to show this client. Can you just take care of this client for me and send me a referral? Okay, that would be an agent referral. Geographic farm. Are you sending postcards? Are you marketing in a specific area, in your zip code, in your neighborhood? And that would be your geographic farm. Open house. Are you doing open houses? So one of the open house stories that I like to share is Ro Habibi. In his first year of business, he did 84 open houses. That would be Saturday, Sunday, and maybe Friday or Thursday night. It got to the point where the people who came to his open house thinks he sells all these houses. If you don't know Ro Habibi, he was one of the persons on $1 Million Listing San Francisco, and he started his business in San Francisco. Well, his business is mostly in San Francisco, even though he lives in the East Bay. So he commutes to San Francisco to sell in San Francisco. Online leads. Are you working online leads? Are you getting referrals from online lead companies? I have been a subscriber to Zillow. I am a Redfin partner agent. I also have marketing spend on Google ads and Facebook ads. So when clients see those ads, they click on it and they bring in then I get contact. I get their phone number and email, and we can begin a conversation. I'm going to show you our business, our team's business this past year. And you're going to see that a lot of our business actually came from, where did it come from? Sphere, Postcard, Zillow, Past Client, Zillow, Sphere, ZBuyer, Sphere, referral, Sphere. You can see that that's where a lot of this business come from. It's the people that you know. Zillow, Redfin, there's a portion of that. And online leads, there's a portion of that. And we probably could do more. But that also requires a skill of actually converting it. I think it's easier for you to talk to people that you know, and it doesn't have to be a forced conversation. It could be easier. Okay. Right. Make a list of all your transactions, break it down, find out where that business came from, and then decide to work on it. Okay. Write down your goals. How many listings did you take? Did you sell? How many buyers did you sell? These are actuals. Then do the same, project that for next year. Are you going to do 25% more? Okay, total sales volume. How much did you sell on the listings? How much did you sell on the buyers? What's your gross commission? What's the home value? And what did you reach? And what is your 2022 goals? Are you going to double? You're going to do a 25% increase? Everybody's goal is going to be different. Maybe your goal is just to sell 2. I don't know. Write that down. How many of you reached your goals last year?
Garrick,
Hi.
may I
Yes.
sorry, I don't know if you're going to go into this in the, as we progress in the presentation, but can you go, if there's time today, can you go over the numbers at how to project? Let's say we want to, be an icon agent this year. What does that look like? Or if we want to just close, 200,000 in GCI, how do we come up with the metric to do that?
Yep, we're going to do that on the next couple pages.
Perfect. Thank you.
Charles, what's up?
Yes, I have a question. And this is a great way to, really look at what's going on, kind of the rear view mirror in a way. So then from there, like that example of that person cold calling and not getting results, do you go, I only got one agent referral. Should I work on, but I got most of my deals from X, whatever it might be. So do I just double down, or do I try to improve on areas that I'm not getting much traction from?
Good questions, Charles. Before we started, we had that off the cuff conversation. I think you had it right. You had it right on the target, which was find out what works for you, find out what makes the most sense, and find out what you're good at. But at the same time, I really do think you should maybe reach out and see what else you could do to expand your business. Or first, find your niche and then get better at it. So for me, past clients in Sphere have been very good. But then again, I'm also been in the business for 10 years. Okay. We do about a third of my stuff comes from agent referrals and other online lead sources. That may not work for somebody who's new in the business, because if you don't know other people, you're not going to get those referrals. Okay. But I think, and you're not going to have past clients. So find the areas that work best. So for me personally, I'm trying to improve the online lead conversion or the geographic farm conversion, because that's a new area that I'm working on. I haven't been doing open houses, so I think most people have not either. But it's a place for that too. Jasmine has been pretty good at doing open houses this year. How many did you do? Did you do 20 open houses last year, Jasmine?
16.
Not bad. And I shouldn't say it's a whole year because that was only like 3 months.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. All right. So I think the next couple of pages will answer Patricia's questions too about how do you get to where you're going to get. What do you need to do to get to the icon agent? What do you need to do to get to your numbers? Okay. So when I first started my business, it was like, hey, let's double. So I sold 4, then I sold 8, and then I did 16, and I did 25. I think my max was about 25, and I felt like I ran out of time. And I had to readjust and say, well, how can I get more time? So that's kind of about where my sweet spot is, about 25, between 25 and 30 transactions per year. Okay. Some buyers sometimes take longer than sellers. So, and it takes more effort. So you have to switch that up a little bit. So this here is the page that Patricia's talking about. And this is how we can reverse calculate what you need to do to get to the numbers that you have. And each person is going to be different because your ability to close is going to be different. And your ability to get people on the phone are going to be different. And it doesn't have to be on the phone. Maybe you want to engage with people over text or over Facebook or over mail or door knock. Okay. All those are going to be different. Okay. Take a look at what happened last year. Okay. What percentage of the listings did you take? Listing appointments resulted in a listing appointment. I mean, in an actual listing. So did you go on 4 listings and only got 1 list, 4 listing appointments and only got 1 listing? Okay. Out of those listings, how many of them did they actually close? Right. Because sometimes you take a listing and the seller says, oh, we changed our mind. Or they said, I don't like you and I want to change the agent. That can happen too. Okay. Maybe they said, oh, the taxes are too big and I don't want to sell. Okay. Percentage of the initial buyer appointments that close. How many of your buyers actually buy something? And then conversations per close. How many people do you need to talk to in order for you to actually get a close? Some of the newer agents, and we did this, I talked about this last week. You get frustrated when you find out that your buyers didn't buy or they're not ready. Your business is not forcing somebody to go buy something. Your business is helping the ones that want to buy and helping the ones that want to sell. The thing is, you need to go find them. So in a deck of 52 cards, there's only one Queen of Hearts. It's your job to find that Queen of Hearts. So you might have to go through your deck of cards and say, oh, this one's a no. This one's a no. This one's a no. This one's next year. This one's waiting for the stock market to double. This one's waiting for the stock market to crash. This one's waiting for after the New Year's. This one's waiting for something. This one's a no. This one can't qualify. This one's got credit issues. This one's got, whatever. Got it. This is the one. I found the Queen of Hearts and it only took you 10. Okay. Maybe you got lucky. And then you got to go through another 100 to find the next one. So be patient. And a no doesn't necessarily mean no, never. It just means no, not now. So you just follow up, and those no's may turn into yeses. One of my no's took 7 years to turn into a yes. Another friend of mine, Margaret Lynn, she had one that took 10 years. So what's your patience level? Okay. Okay, what's your patience level? I find that it takes me about 4 listing appointments to get 1 listing. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. Okay, sometimes it's like it's a referral, so they say, hey, Garrick, they need to sell, and then I just write it up, and then it's easy. It's 100%. Sometimes it's an online lead, and they're interviewing people, and sometimes something maybe not going to work. Like maybe you're too far away, you don't know the neighborhood, personality doesn't match, your offering is too expensive or not experienced enough. Okay, write down what's your ratio, how many listing appointments do you need to go on to actually get one listing? How many people do you need to talk to get that appointment? I find that I talk to about 25 people before I get an appointment. Okay.
Garrick, for newer agents, is there, just like a general statistical, I guess, range that we could use or ratio?
You probably try to use the numbers I just did. Okay. So you'll probably talk to 25 sellers to get one appointment. And then you'll go on 4 appointments to get one close. If you work it backwards, that's about 1%. So you need to talk to 100 people to get one closing. Hopefully that'll improve with experience. Okay, so if you improve that to, let's say 4 out of 4, then you'll talk to 25 sellers and you'll get one closing. So that's a much improved ratio. Okay.
Thank you.
I think the same thing for the buyers too. I actually talked to a lot more buyers because when I was working with Redfin partner, when working with partner referrals, I would get at least 7 referrals at a time. And in a month, I could probably get like 21 referrals, and I'd probably get like 1 closing per month. So 1 in 25 buyers. Okay. Some of them are using you. Some of them say, oh, look, it says schedule a tour. Some of them says, oh, I thought I was calling the listing agent. Oh, I thought I wanted to go to the agent directly, and I thought that was you. That's okay. I show it anyways. Okay. Meet more people and somebody will stick. Okay. As you get better, you might want to reduce that and say, well, I don't want to waste my personal time and I want to be more efficient. So maybe you'll get it down to 1 in 16 or maybe 1 in 10. But I think 1 in 25 is about the right number. Okay. Conversations. How many of you are doing hours of power? Go ahead and do the Zoom, raise your hand. Hour of power. Okay, hour of power is Tom Ferry's thing about spending an hour to prospect. Okay, other people call it prospecting hour. So in this case, in the hour of power, the assignment is contact 5 past clients, text or Facebook or any other means you know how to, send an email, contact 5 new leads, and 4 follow-up per hour. You could do it in an hour. Okay, so now the question is, are you doing your hour of power daily? Are you doing it for more than 1 hour per day? Or are you doing it an hour a week? How many of you think that if you did 1 hour per week, you'll be doing well? How many feel that if you did an hour a day, you'll be doing better? How about if you did 2 hours per day for 5 days a week? Do you think you'll be doing better than 1 hour per week? So if your business is to look for the Queen of Hearts in a deck of cards, if you're doing that 1 hour per week, it'll take you 1 hour to find that Queen of Hearts. But if you did that 10 hours per week, you'll find 10 Queen of Hearts. Okay, so write down your numbers. What are your numbers going to be? So I put about, let's just say I was doing 1 hour per day, 5 5 hours per week. So just 1 hour a day for 5 days. And I'm prospecting for 50 hours per year. 50 weeks per year, because you take 2 weeks vacation. So you're going to have 1,250 conversations. Okay, out of the 1,250 conversations, how many of those will be your listing appointments? How many of those will be your buyer consultations? Okay, so I came down to, let's say you did 50-50. Okay, so 50-50, you'll have 650 listing appointments. Oh, that'll be kind of crazy. 650 listing appointments. That'll probably end up with 6 listings. No, not 650 listing appointments, 650 conversations, right? But a lot of people will say, I just want to know how much my house is worth. No, I'm not interested in selling. No, I'll sell if I get $2 million. You get crazy stuff like that. Initial buyer consultations, maybe you get 650 of those. So you'll end up with about 6 listings and 26 buyer closings. So that's about 30 transactions. Okay. Break it down. So the next line is, what do you need to do this week? So divided by 50, or divided by the number of weeks that you want to work. Okay. So some people work 50 weeks a year. Some people work 48 weeks a year. And then divide that by the number of days per week that you work. Maybe you work 5 days a week, or 5 days of prospecting. Maybe you're going to do all 25. No, you can't do 5 hours in a day. You maybe do two days, and you say, I'm going to do from Monday and Tuesday are prospecting, and I'm going to do 12 hours a day. Okay. You could also make your time more efficient. Maybe you have if you're more experienced, maybe you have an AI bot on your website to help with the conversations. Maybe you have an ISA. Maybe you have hire people to make conversations for you. So the teams that are doing, the individuals that are doing like 70 transactions per year, they probably have some additional help. They probably have a sales agent that's doing calls for them, maybe 2. Some big teams have like 12 inside sales agents, and they're doing calls. They only do set appointments. Okay. So let's say a doctor needs to meet with 8 clients a day. Does the doctor make all those phone calls? No, the front desk makes the calls, sets the appointments, because the doctor's time is valuable. So the doctor comes in and sees you for 10 minutes and charges you for the amount of time, for your visit. And he's efficiently seeing 8 clients a day. And the front desk is scheduling those appointments, making sure he has no open slots. Okay. So maybe you are efficient and you have somebody helping you to set appointments or prospect for you. Predicted seasonality. Okay. So how many transactions are you aiming for next year? Are you aiming for 30? Are you aiming for 10? Okay. So this is predicted seasonality. So generally speaking, sales are busier from April to September. So Q2 and Q3 are pretty busy. But if you break it down to the month, I would probably say January is the start. March is busier than January. And then there's a cool down for August and September. And then business picks up in October, November. So the busiest months I feel are like October, April, May, March. I think those are the busiest months. However, this past year was pretty interesting. January to May was pretty nuts. It was super busy, but it wasn't productive because there was just so many people in the market buying that it was hard to get a deal done. And then as the market kind of cooled down with fewer buyers, a lot of them being priced out, I think a lot more people got into contract from July to December. July to December. even though June and July people are taking holiday and vacation, so they're leaving town. Any questions? Rich, how many did you how many are you aiming to sell this coming year? Cindy, you want to share how was 2021 and what's your goal for 2022?
Hello.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi. Hi, I'm a brand new agent in
Okay.
Oregon.
Welcome.
Just started. Oh, thank you. I just started November.
Good.
And I also have different businesses, so I couldn't really dip into it. But now I send my kids daycare, and then I kind of trying to get more leads. So even though I just started, I have 4 clients. It's my friends and
Good.
family members. So I thought it's good to start, but I got bad news yesterday. They couldn't get the loan. They found their house, but it was a little over budget. So I don't know. I kind of I was like, oh, okay, this is how it works, So I think I need a more. I have to find more people to get buying house or selling the house.
Yeah. But at the same time, you're improving your skill because you're learning how to talk, and you're learning what you need to expect. Just because
Right.
the price says $5.99 doesn't mean it's going to sell for $5.99.
Right. Right. Exactly.
When I first started, my daughter she was just born. So in my first 3-4 years, I bring her with me to go show. So, and then she learned the business too. So I had open house and she was there. She was running around the house, do cartwheels. We picnic in the house when it was empty during the open house. So, just do what you need to do, and their clients will be okay with it, depending on your clients.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
it's not easy business for sure.
It is not.
Okay. All right, let's go. Keep going. Agent marketing plan. So, what do you plan to do? Unique selling proposition. What differentiates you from everyone else? Consider the problems you address, the solution you offer, and what benefits the solution provides. That is the formula for creating a unique selling proposition. You may have more than one USP to address to each type of prospect you solicit on even each side of a transaction. So, what is your unique selling proposition? Why do I want to work with you? What makes you different? Raymond, can I call on you?
Yes.
Awesome. What makes you special? I know you're special, but what makes you special?
Thank you. I think one thing that is unique to me is that I also work as an occupational therapist, and I feel like that background provides a little bit of a niche. So that, I feel like I can connect with other healthcare workers and really recognize, maybe empathize more with what they're going through, and also I feel like that the scheduling could be a little bit easier that way. So that's kind of my that's also my sphere. So that gives me a little bit of a I don't know if an advantage is the right word, but just makes me a little different from a lot of other people.
Good. And everybody's going to have something different. So there's not a right and wrong answer, but I would say the more well-defined that it is, and people can see that as a value, then you'll attract them to it.
Right.
Okay. Paulo, do you got one? Do you got a USP? Can you share with me what your USP is? I know it's on the spot, man. Open your mic first.
Yeah, no, I don't have one written down yet. Sorry.
Okay. Good. All right. You may have okay. All right. Okay. So the next couple pages are going to be what is your lead source and your audience. You'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things to answer in terms of how you're going to get there. Right. So what are you going to do with that specific lead? If you get somebody from that lead source, what are you going to do? How are you going to reach out to them? How are you going to get it? Okay, so here we go. All right, marketing and lead gen source. Each person should have at least 7 different lead sources. But maybe like what Charles was talking about, maybe focus on the one that makes the most sense and that you're good at, get that running, and then move on to the next one. Okay. If you're new in the business, I would say plan to have a launch party or a coming out party, whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of like you have grand openings for business. Why not have a grand opening for your business? Okay.
Rent a helicopter, Garrick.
Man, I'm not rich like you. It doesn't have to be expensive. You can. When I first started, I got these nice looking certificates. It was on cardstock, and I printed it. I printed on there a free home inspection. So I mailed that to like 100 people. I say, if you buy a house before the end of the year, I will give you a free home inspection. I didn't get any. Of course, I didn't get any responses from that. But it made known to the 100 people that received it that I was in the business. Okay. So that was my sphere. I sent it out to 100 people that I know. Okay. What are my lead sources? Okay. So lead sources, Chime. Chime is the CRM that I'm using. It runs Google ads. Lead source number 2, social media. Okay, social media, the silly TikTok dances. Okay, or the short form videos that actually engages not new business, but actually existing people that I know. I've added everybody I know onto social media. So 4,200 people on Facebook, about 2,000 people on Instagram, 1,500 people on 1,500 people on LinkedIn, 1,000 people on TikTok, and 1,600 people on WeChat. And so when I post things there, it reminds the people that I've worked with in the past that I'm in the business. So I might not be able to reach out personally to the 16,000 people in the database that I have. But if I post a video, it'll reach a couple hundred people each time. And it'll remind them and they say, oh, I haven't talked to you in a while. Say, hey, how are you doing? What's going on with your family? How's COVID been treating you? Are you being sheltering in place? Are you going out? Are you traveling? Anything? Okay. Third lead source is client events. So pre-COVID, we hosted a movie at the Chabot Theater. So we were watching The Lion King. We invited everybody we know and we told our agents to call everybody they know and come join us. And we had about 200 attendees that day. Okay. And then you follow up. And for the people that didn't come, you just called them. You said you called them and say, hey, how are you? What's going on? How are you? Anything we can help you with? Okay. Lead source number 4, networking. And that's to work on agent referrals. So we go to networking events. So you talk to other agents, and then they know who you exist and they'll send you leads. Okay. Mailers. We're doing mailers also. So I'm geographically farming Richmond, El Cerrito, San Leandro, Fremont, Union City. Okay. Those are 5 main lead sources that I have. Charles, are you talking to me? Okay. Janet, how about you? How's your business? What's one of your marketing sources?
Hi, Garrick.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good, good. Welcome to the session today.
Yeah, I signed on the last minute. Anyway, my business is good. I did one deal last year.
Good.
Just one.
It's okay.
Looking to set like clearer goals. I've been listening to you. Honestly, I don't have a goal or a mission right now to share. However, I'm going to work on it and set some goals and get this year maybe better than last year, hopefully.
Okay. So which lead source do you want to work with first? Which one is the one that you think is the most favorable?
My sphere would be the first one. It would be the most easy for me, I think, because of the people I know. So I have been working with some of my friends' kids to look for properties. However, they bailed out because the prices continues to go up. Okay. And so they have challenges with the budget. However, I just follow up with them. And my experience is the people that I have been dealing with, I deal with other friends, relatives too. They just looking. So as you said earlier, they may not be the 1 out of the 50. You know, we have to look for the Queen of Hearts. They are just not one of them. They're not.
Maybe
ready.
not today.
Yeah, maybe not today. Maybe later.
So I want to make sure you're also tracking all your people's. So this is the database that we're using. I'm using Chime. Oh, wait, Chime. There we go. Everybody should go into a CRM that you have. Oh, I'm not logged in. You should be able to see all the people that are doing things. Okay. In this database, we have leads that come in. The only way that people leave is if they die, or they say, I'm not interested, period, forever, or they say bad words to you. Then they get removed. Okay. But your buyers turn into sellers, and your sellers turn into buyers, and your renters turn into buyers too. And some of them are today and not, I mean, some of them are now active now and some are active later. So make sure you keep track of all the people that you're working with. So if you send out 100, hey, I'm new in the business emails, or track it. Okay. Check to see that you follow up, and you say, okay, after I sent it, and a week later say, did you get the free home inspection certificate I sent to you? Did you get the invitation to our client event? We're going to host a happy hour at JP's on Friday. You keep in touch with them. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's keep moving. Keep moving. There's we're only halfway through. My goodness. Okay. See, so each one of the lead sources, you write that down, explain your marketing plan, your networking plan, how you plan to follow up with those. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay, operation initiative, operation plans. What are you going to plan to do to work on your business? Okay, you're working in your business is working your lead sources, working your people through your business, and hey, are they buying and then selling? But what about working on your business? Okay, like how are you going to improve your business so that you can make it to your numbers for the rest of this year? Are you going to hire an assistant? Are you going to have a transaction process? I wanted to show this too. So the next workshop is going to be working with buyers. So I created a new website. It's called Let's Buy a .house. And even though I had been in the business for 10 years, I had not written this down. And this is something that I will be providing to the buyers and say, hey, take a look at this. This is the actual home buying process. Because a lot of them, they just go on what their friends said. Oh, their friends said, oh, just get a pre-approval and start shopping. So I said, well, what if I wrote it down and then the buyer knows all the stuff that they got to do and they know what to expect, right? So if you knew when you're a buyer on day zero and you knew that, oh, actually day zero is not the day that you buy. The day zero is the day that you get in a contract. So that you go through this thing is every day you know exactly what's going to happen. You're not surprised, right? You get a call from Brian on. He says, hey, we just sent you a closing disclosure. Can you go ahead and open that email and get that signed? We need that so we can get our loan documents out to escrow within the next 3 days. See, day 25 and day 28. It's predictable. It's not a surprise. We got to go into it like a battle. Okay. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Okay, write down your process. Help your clients do this. Maybe you have a marketing book. I went to go see. This book is from another agency. They wrote a book. Marketing, so that when you meet with the client for the first time, you show them that. Okay, maybe you set up your marketing. Okay, enter your numbers into that and into tracking. Streamline your open house system. Yeah, do you have a sign-in process? Do you bring an iPad? Do you set up a flag? Okay. Pre-planning analysis. Take a look at your business. Okay, this is called SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. What are you good at? What are you not so good at? Where can you improve? And what are your threats? What is somebody else doing that can take away your business? Okay. I find that my team on our team, our strength is our newest agents, but also our weakness is our newest agents. The strength is because the new agents bring a lot of new insight and a lot of new ideas to the team. But the weakness is also that they are needing training and that they need to learn how to go through the process. So I've got to bridge that. I got to provide them the resources so that they know how to carry through the transaction. And then they need to bring in what their ideas are to the team, and we can figure out how to implement it. Okay. We're going quickly just because of time. Okay. So your 8 equities. Take a look at your life and evaluate how, on a scale of 0, which is the dot down here, and 10, which is here. So this is a pie. So let's say your family is doing well. So you fill the whole pie up. Okay. But your health is kind of halfway. So you fill it only halfway. Okay. After you've finished your pie, take a look at it and identify what areas you need to work on. So this is my pie. Where is it? There it goes. Sort of there. There. Okay. What are you needing to work on? I think everybody is deprived on travel. Okay. Or maybe everyone's deprived on fun. Maybe they've just felt like they've been locked up at home. Okay. Okay, business plan. So write these numbers down. Take a look at the numbers that you have. Only thing I'm going to have down here is right here. When you get your check, please don't spend all of the money. That's not all your money, by the way. Everybody's number is going to be different, but can we start with 30% for your business account? 40% to your personal account, and 30% to your tax account. Can you all write that down? I think that's a good metric to start when you're looking at your numbers, just to make sure that you are putting aside enough money to pay Uncle Sam. Otherwise, you'll be like in April and it's like, oh, I spent all my money. I have no money to pay Uncle Sam. So now you got to go close 3 transactions just to pay for last year's tax bill.
Garrick, can you repeat the percentages again?
30, 40, 30. But that's not for everybody. Some people are going to be different. Okay. So some of you are on teams and the team covers a lot of the business expenses and you just don't have to pay for them. But it's good to have a business separation also, like a separate business credit card. So that way, if you're taking friends out to dinner, that goes onto your business account. Okay. If you're spending money on your car, like you're driving, then you get mileage discount. If you travel for attending conferences, that comes out of your business account. Okay. Personal is just personal. You pay your mortgage, you pay for your food, and taxes, Uncle Sam, because he wants his share. So when your clients ask you for a discount, you can say, well, my broker's taking 20%, my team leader's taking 20%, Uncle Sam's taking 30%, my spouse is taking 30%. Wait, oh shoot, now I got to pay to work this business. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. Okay, anyways. Write down your personal expenses. This is something you're going to have to plan for. What are your personal expenses for this year? Are the numbers that you're making for yourself, are they going to cover the cost? Okay. Don't plan on buying a $2,000 camera for social media if there's not enough income to cover it. Don't buy the BMW for $50,000 if you can't make the payment for it. Because you have the car doesn't mean the deals will come. Okay. A lot of people need to do a lot of self-improvement to get to the point where they can sell, because they need to learn more about the business. They need to learn more about business. They need to learn more about marketing. They need to learn more about, okay. If you guys need the link to this document, Brian, is in the chat, so you can take a look at it. You can download it. But I'm going quick because we're like at 11:20, and just people might not be able to stay for long. We'll just open up for Q&A later. Okay. This business has expenses. A lot of people think, oh, just get a license and now I'm going to get a $20,000 commission check and woo, I'm rich. But it's not. Okay. So you got to pay for your license. You got to explain this to your sellers too and your clients. If they're asking for money from you, you got to pay for your license. You got to pay for professional development. You maybe pay for coaching. That might be $1,000, $2,000 per month. You might have to pay association fees. That's $1,500 a year. You might have to pay for technology. Your cell phone bill is $100 a month. Your legal, okay, maybe you have a CPA. That's $3,000 a year. Advertising. I'm paying $4,000 per month for postcards. Okay. Maybe you pay more. Maybe you pay less. Maybe you have an assistant. Maybe you're paying the salary for the assistant. So maybe you're paying $20 an hour. Maybe you're paying $60,000 a year. Maybe you're traveling to conferences. That's $2,000 per conference. Okay. Even if you're sharing a room to save some money. Okay. Don't overspend what you can make. Okay. It's not good business practice to go into a lot of debt that you're going to have to owe people. Be honest with your own finances. Okay. Maybe if you are limited on your finances, join a team and have the team leader help with the expenses. Okay. So our team, we provide you the CRM, I provide you leads, and I provide you training. So hopefully there's as little out of pocket that you need to spend. And all you got to do is work the business and hopefully get to pay for it. Okay. Here's an honest look at your expenses. What is the cash that you have available? And what is the cost for you to run each month? When I was working with high tech, a high tech startup, we call this burn rate. Okay, burn rate is like how much does it cost for you to operate your life each month? So maybe you have a rent. Maybe the rent is $2,500 and you eat $500 a month, and your car costs $500 a month, and you have other stuff. So maybe your monthly expenses is $4,000 just to survive. Okay, so then if you take a look at your cash available, if you've got $48,000 in the bank, 48,000 divided by 4, you've got 1 year of expenses in the bank. Okay. Hopefully it's not like that. Maybe you take a part-time job and you earn $2,000 from a part-time job. So your 48,000 is actually good for 2 years. Okay. What's your mortgage? What's your student debt? What's your credit card debt? Any other expenses, like maybe you owe somebody money. Okay. Be honest with your finances and talk to your coach. You can talk to me privately, up to you, or be accountable to someone. All right. That's business planning in a nutshell. It's a lot to cover. I don't expect you to have finished everything, but I do expect you to continue the conversation with yourself and to fill it out and talk to a coach to make sure that you're in the right direction. Okay. Before you spend money, talk to someone who's been in the business longer than you. And hopefully it'll make sense. All right. Let's go to Q&A. What you got? How did you guys feel about the discussion? What did you learn? What can you improve? And what do you want to do this year? Open mic.
Hey guys, it's Audra.
Hey, Audra.
Garrick, hey, this was great. I did my business plan already, but I haven't touched upon the Tom Ferry cycle.
Good.
But I did get some good information regarding the breaking down, the where you're going to get your business, because it's everywhere. You can get lost, but as long as you concentrate on, your influences and your past clients and breaking it down that way was great. I love that. I'm going to implement that.
Good. What's your number one source?
My number one source right now are my referrals. I've noticed too, in this business, you got to kind of find your niche, because there's so many things, so many ways you can go. So I've noticed the past year was more senior citizens that were hitting me up, whether reverse mortgage or they want to sell their house or becoming empty nesters. And then I thought, it's kind of my way, because I'm very patient. I used to be a teacher too. So I have that, niche of being patient with older people, because we're all going to be older soon.
Right.
And then first time buyers. I love first time buyers. And then I'm working now with a couple of relocation people. So yeah.
Okay, good. So you got to connect to the markets that are relocating to your market. I see some ads for people. So within ARIA, some people are buying like gala ads for markets that they know that they feed into. So for example, we'll see a Las Vegas ad in San Francisco because they know people in San Francisco want to buy in Las Vegas or move out to there.
Yes.
So if you think about that way, you could also do cross marketing that way too. That's kind of interesting.
That's fun. But yeah, I'm definitely going to take some of these pages and brainstorm so I could implement it in my current business plan.
Mm-hmm. Audra, I saw your comment about KV Core. I do have KV Core, but it is not my main CRM. I do use Chime because I connect to multiple MLSs, and I find that the interfaces works for me. KV Core is good if you're on your own. And if you have no other CRM, KV Core is great. It does allow you to do call, text, email, and tracking, and it looks good too. So and it's included in your EXP fee, so it's no additional cost, which is great.
Yeah. Great. This is awesome. Appreciate it.
Anybody else?
Hey, Garrick, good stuff. I just wanted to add that I do a lot of teaching in more of a technical sense on knowledge of a certain type of property or how to do a deal. But
yep,
organized together is way more important than figuring out your product type, I must say. I mean, you could know all about product, but if you don't know how to figure it out, like what you just went through, I think, new agents come in, this is the most important thing. Product knowledge is easy. You call someone that has it, but you can't call someone that has, an organized, business plan or whatever. You can, but it's not yours. You're not implementing it. So it's not something you could add. You got to actually develop.
So on the residential side, one of the first assignments that I have new agents do is also to do the same thing about product type. But of course, residential is different from commercial. So as a new residential agent, you should go see big single family houses, small single family houses, ugly single family houses, pretty ones, good neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods, fixers, burnouts, condos, townhouses, mobile homes, vacant land. Go see it all. Because if you don't know what you're selling, you don't know what you're selling. Go see go pick 100 different things to look at, run the comps, and get a price target. And then 30 days later, come back and check to see if you got the right price. I think that's a very important exercise for new agents. But yeah, I'm just dabbling in commercial too, and that's a different thing. So much to learn, but I could also refer it out.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know. So true.
Rich, anything we can help you? What did you learn today?
Well, I really got a lot today in terms of setting goals and what to do. I particularly like the fact that when you talk about how many people we are calling every day versus a week, and I think I just have to do it every single day. I haven't been diligent enough to do that. So prospecting is one of the things that I need to focus on first, I think.
Good. On Wednesday at 10 o'clock,
yeah,
we will also do that here. So if you keep the link, www.garrickyan.live, Wednesday at 10 o'clock, we will do Hour of Power. So you can join us, so you don't have to do by yourself.
Oh, okay. Wednesday at 10.
Yep, same place.
Okay, great.
So you
Thank
can
you.
pull your database, or you can open Facebook. You can do that on Facebook. Just do that. Like, if you don't know who to call, just open Facebook and find out who the birthdays are and say happy birthday to the 5 people.
Oh, okay.
If you want to make it better, record a video on your phone.
Okay.
And sing happy birthday and upload that as a comment.
Oh, wow. Okay. Takes courage.
You'll get used to it.
Better than zero, right? We talked about that.
Yeah.
Better than none.
Yes. You'll be the one that they remember, because nobody else will do that.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Gary.
Good. Ebony, how about you? What's good for you? What was good today?
Well, actually, everything's been pretty helpful. I enjoyed the thorough explanation of the business plan. You know, I'm just starting out, so everything is still fresh to me. So yeah, I mean, I'm just taking it in. I'm looking forward to actually filling out my information and what I have to add to
Good.
my business plan.
Good. Now, how about you, Zhang Zi? I'm glad you can join us today. Okay. All right, guys, it's 11:30. It's almost lunchtime. It's a good time to network, or maybe you hit the phones, maybe call 5 people or text 5 people. And we'll wrap it up today, and we'll come back next week. Next week, we're talking about working with buyers. So what's the buying process like? Some of you don't know what that's like. So we got to, especially in super competitive market, you have to fully know and not have any mistakes. Even like if you play basketball or football or any of the sports, they're not going in unplanned. They're not like they know exactly what they're going to do. You got to it's predicted. They know what they're going to do before they get there. Otherwise, they're going to lose. Brian, is the market super competitive in LA right now? Are you doing residential? Is that right?
Yes, super competitive. And yes, I'm in wholesale for residential for new wave lending. And to Garrick's point,
Congrats on the new position.
Regional sales manager. But basically, I tied my shoelace and I'm hitting the ground running. knocking on doors, making phone calls, bothering Charles a lot for referrals. So yeah, I might be bothering you pretty soon for referrals, Garrett. But utilize your network. Utilize your network. As long as you're committed and you do it. So I tell myself the same thing: is being disciplined and making sure that you do it on a consistent basis.
Excellent.
Thanks, Garrett.
Thank you. Thank you.
Garrick, are you going to the shareholder meeting in Orlando?
I'm going to be there. Mickey Mouse ears and all.
Do I do the 600 plan or the 1200 plan?
Do you want to sit in the front or do you want to sit in the back?
Who knows?
I think all the top producers are in the front, so it might be a good thing.
Well,
I'll probably
let me
be in the
ask you,
front.
how many people do you think will be at this one?
600. No. Let me take that back. I'm not sure. EXPCon is usually the more popular one. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple thousand at shareholders because all the icons have to go.
Gotcha. Okay. All right,
So I'm
I'll
gonna
check.
say- I'm
I'll
gonna
check with
estimate
James and see
3,000
if he's got
plus.
a group going or something. So
Yeah. All right, guys. Glad you could have you here. See you next week.
bye,
Thank you.
Audra.
Oh, bye, guys. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Thanks,
See you
Dave.
soon.
Take care.
Bye.